Today, I'd like to talk about forecasts that container shipping lines will face massive losses in 2026 and the supply-demand imbalance behind them. At the very start of the new year, a rather shocking outlook has emerged in the shipping industry. According to an article published by the Journal of Commerce and the latest report from Drewry, the global container shipping industry is expected to fall into losses of around $10 billion in 2026. That is roughly 1 trillion yen in Japanese currency. Over the past 5 years, the shipping industry has enjoyed historically high profits. However, it now appears that this extraordinary period may finally come to an end in 2026. Some carriers are even expected to slip into the red as early as the first quarter, between January and March. These projections are based on the Journal of Commerce's 2026 annual review and Drewry's market outlook. So why is the market expected to deteriorate so rapidly at this point? Let's examine the causes by comparing the article's analysis with past market data. The biggest factor is a severe imbalance between supply and demand. Put simply, there is far too much vessel capacity relative to cargo volumes. Let's turn the clock back briefly to 2025. In fact, cargo demand had already slowed in the fourth quarter of that year. Even so, shipping lines were still on track to secure total annual profits of around $20 billion. Ironically, this was supported by ongoing geopolitical disruptions. One factor was concern over tighter tariffs under the Trump administration. Fearing an escalation in U.S.-China trade tensions, American importers engaged in front-loading, shipping goods earlier than usual. As a result, demand that would normally appear in the second half of the year was pulled forward into the first half. Another factor was the prolonged situation in the Red Sea. With diversions via the Cape of Good Hope becoming the norm, voyage times lengthened, effectively absorbing excess vessel supply. Goods for the 2025 summer season were moving as much as 1 month earlier than usual. Now let's look beyond Drewry's data and examine the numbers from another perspective. According to forecasts by BIMCO, the Global Shipowners Association, worldwide container volumes in 2026 are expected to grow by around 2.5 to 3.5%. Meanwhile, global fleet capacity is projected to increase by only about 2.2%, reaching roughly 33.7 million TEU. At first glance, this might seem positive. If demand is growing faster than capacity, the market should remain healthy. However, the key issue lies in the specific conditions of the trans-Pacific trade. According to forecasts from Moody's, U.S. retailers remain cautious due to uncertain consumer sentiment and frequently changing tariff policies. As a result, they are keeping inventories as lean as possible. Consequently, container volumes to North America in 2026 are expected to be flat or even down by up to 2% compared with 2025. In other words, even if global demand edges up slightly, weakness on the North American route, the industry's most profitable trade lane, could significantly undermine overall profitability. So what happens next? Let's consider the scenarios implied by this analysis. Normally, January sees strong cargo activity ahead of the Lunar New Year in China. While bookings from Asia to Europe appear reasonably firm, forwarders remain skeptical about North American volumes, saying there is little sign of meaningful growth. This weak pre-Lunar New Year demand suggests just how tough 2026 could be as a whole. Another major inflection point will be the outcome of a potential Israel-Hamas ceasefire. If a ceasefire is reached and shipping lines return to the Suez Canal route, what would happen? In the short term, vessels could converge on European ports, causing vessel bunching and potentially pushing freight rates higher temporarily. However, once that congestion eases, the excess capacity that had been absorbed by Cape of Good Hope diversions would be released back into the market all at once. This would result in overwhelming oversupply and place strong downward pressure on freight rates. To sum up, 2026 is likely to be a very challenging year for shipping lines. Weak demand driven by inventory adjustments, combined with the full emergence of excess capacity, could create a harsh operating environment. For cargo owners, this may present opportunities in freight rate negotiations. At the same time, they should remain alert to risks such as service restructuring and port omissions by carriers. That's all for today. Thank you very much for listening.